guys, are you ready for another action-packed episode of With a Grain of Salt with your boy Alan,
Eddie.
This is Andrea. Howdy.
I'm Eric. Hee-haw.
That's my thing.
So, what's going on?
Yeah.
Shit, it's been a minute. I know I missed the last one, but dude, it's awesome to be back. How's it
Glad
going
to
with
have
everybody?
you
What I
back,
missed?
Alan.
I'm still registering that we're actually recording this because I just clicked it. I was gonna trick him into making up an intro, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we'll just go with it.
I think the more we just wing it, the better it's getting. But no, definitely we're here, Green of Salt, another action-packed episode. It's good to be here. I missed one, but I will not try to miss another.
You saying that implies that you tried to miss the last one.
I had to miss the last one, but from here on out, I'm here, doing my thing. But yeah, shit. How you guys been? How's it going with everybody?
Yeah, we haven't seen you in. It's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Since the last
My world.
podcast that you were on, I haven't seen you. Barely even talked.
Yeah, the setting even changed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, we actually have more room in this set now. Like Andrea was saying right now before we started recording that she actually feels comfortable sitting down.
Well, I did. This is still fine.
There's a lot of leg room here at this table.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
The best leg room.
The best.
There's also a lot more orange this time because got rid of the green screen. I was covering the. Why did we have it on there in the first place?
Oh, we're gonna mess around with this too. Change different colors, maybe.
And then I only did it for one episode.
Yeah.
For one episode.
So,
The visual effects cost us an arm and a leg.
well, it cost me an arm.
No,
Actually,
didn't it just look bad? Like it wasn't fully changing
It
the
depen-
green screen?
Well, Alan kept wearing different colors.
Yeah, I kept wearing shades of green and.
Yeah, it also depends on the software, because normally the software that we record this show on, like the one we're using right now, the chroma key effect is kind of garbage. I don't want to say which one it is, but so far when it comes to chroma key, if I'm going to be using anything with a green screen, I prefer to use OBS because it's actually been a lot better. But yeah, I figured since we don't use it and it's kind of way too bright, excuse me, I figured let's get rid of it. Let's just do it without it.
Toss it. Toss it.
Oh, I heard toxic. I'm like, oh.
Toss
What?
it.
Singing Britney Spears. No,
I know.
copyright. Can't do that.
You can do it for 10 seconds and go.
What?
Okay.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Nah.
I missed it.
You, boy.
So if you guys have seen the-
Is that how it goes?
There you go, 10 seconds. That's it.
That's the one, right?
So for those that have watched the podcast, I've been keeping up at least with the podcast. If I'm wearing this, it means I'm doing something. I have something in the oven right now.
Dinner is coming.
Eric actually helped me make this one. That's why he's wearing the apron.
They whip it in the kitchen.
That's enough Donda for you.
Chef cooking with the pot, boy.
I
That was
guess
pretty good.
I'm going to cut in a little clip right here. Eric and I trying to make...
Oh, you're gonna love our cringy segment.
Oh my gosh,
You
trying
love it.
to make a cooking show, but it was...
Oh, man, I could
Watch
just,
the worst binging of Babish episode parody.
just imagine the cringe. Just by hearing you say this.
Taste it.
I don't have a food processor, so we're trying to use a blender. That's about as fun as you can think of.
But what's the difference?
Food processor minces the little bits of it's very thorough.
It's very
it has
precise.
It's a 4-blade system, isn't
It
it?
turns it into
Yeah.
sand texture.
So whereas
Like dust.
the blender only has the blades
I
at the
get it.
bottom and everything gets diced at the bottom, the food processor will usually have 4 blades. That way not just the bottom gets cut up, you have bottom, lower bottom and then top and then
Okay.
So that's 4 blades.
Bottom.
I'm a cook, not an engineer, okay? It's this shit. I'm just
you got the whole top down and the bottom rolls go.
You guys she came to me, what's a food processor? I was like, alright.
I think she came to me.
Equations.
I just asked. Whoever answered. I'll take an answer.
But yeah, they're really, most, you work at a good restaurant when they use that in the kitchen, because most places don't care. They'll use whatever.
I mean, you could always just
processor
use
is
your
shit.
knife, but it just take a while. So, that or if you're trying to make a puree, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
What are you cooking, Eddie? Oh, good question. What are you cooking?
Well, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm actually gonna go check on
Show
it right
us.
now. It should be ready. It's been about half an hour since I put it in the oven, so I'm gonna go check. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to make some room here first, though.
Show the shot glass that we were hiding.
Well, Eric took a shot.
I took
Now
two.
you know,
I
fucking
took two,
alcoholic.
I've been away for a
Only
minute.
amongst friends, okay?
I'm only an alcoholic amongst friends.
Yes.
I don't care. I drink for whatever reason. You give me a reason, I'll drink to it.
We're gonna go run. He's gonna drink.
I drink before a run, and I mean, I think I
how.
do pretty good. That was a good run.
that's-
I felt sore for like 3 fucking days.
That means you're out of shape, man.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap! Like, what the hell did I run? Like from an alien invasion or some shit? Like, I was like worn the fuck out.
I want to do that. I'd like to row with y'all.
Yeah,
An
next
alien
time.
invasion?
from an impending apocalypse. No, but yeah, we went for a run. It was like the nature area over there, Doolittle Park. Yeah, it's like a nature park that we went to. It was like really scenic and pretty badass. So we ended up going running.
So
around.
was it just a normal park?
It was
no,
a
no,
municipal
it has a
park.
lake. It has a lake.
Yeah, so it's
like
the
a
normal park.
lagoon.
Yeah, but
If you're into
it's in front of Doolittle on Raul Longoria Road. So I
So
know,
basically where we run.
I know how why and people call it different names because I don't.
The official name is Edinburgh Municipal Park.
But
It was Doolittle Park.
It was Doolittle Park.
Yeah,
But
that,
the
it
official
needs to
name
be
now
real
is-
hood.
That's how you know
It needs to be real bad then.
if you're older.
Well, it was like you kept getting
Chicken or
quieter
pizza?
and quieter.
I don't know. I'm getting-
Oh, spoilers! It's a fucking pizza. Thanks.
no, we can pause it or we can bleep.
No,
It's okay, Tom Holland. Tom Holland over
that's,
here.
That's a good reference. I like that.
Talking about Tom Holland, hey, how do you guys feel about that Far From Home trailer?
Oh yeah, he
Um,
has to. Peter.
You know, it wouldn't it? That
Peter
is-
Parker has to defend Aunt May from the Sinister Six because they found out that she's
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 dummy
his
fine.
aunt. She's his aunt.
She's dummy fine now. Like, man, Green Goblin's gonna go for a spin on that one, dude. If it's William Dafoe's Goblin and he sees Aunt May, forget about it. He's like, don't fucking tempt me. I like the fact that they're bringing back Happy. I saw Happy in the trailer. That's pretty good. John Fargo.
I
big
feel like
fan.
he's
Oh, okay.
integrated into the MC universe. They're
Yeah.
not gonna get rid of him anytime
Mhm.
soon. R.I.P. ScarJo.
In the comics, like, if you, dude, ScarJo's. I hear it was all a PR stunt that would happen with ScarJo. I heard that it was just all part of a hype. But I mean, yeah,
I feel like that's your take on everything. Conspiracy theory.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, we should put like a segment right here. Conspiracy theory time.
Cons-
I think
Alan's media conspiracy theories.
when the first trailer came out for Spider-Man, it says in the end, only in theaters.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of.
Did you see?
Scarlett
Did you see what?
Johansson.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, the other one that also did it was Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is like they're already the way they promoted it was that so Kevin Feige accidentally said that around the cast of Shang-Chi. He said we're not gonna do that weird little experiment that we did with Black Widow. Yeah. And apparently, like, the stars of Shang-Chi were like, you blatantly pretty much said that you fucked her over, you know, like...
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, like, you pretty much said that, like, you used her movie to kind of, like, go ahead and run the whole streaming agenda. Right, well, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but right now we're currently in, like, the, 2019 till now media wars, which is, like, everybody has a fucking streaming service. So that's big money, buku bucks. Like, everybody has a streaming service now, and it feels like all these exclusives are actually starting to, like, ruin the people that actually are part of it. Like none of this drama would happen, you know, if, like, they weren't, you know, trying to, like, ravage, like, the earnings from, like, Black Widow. They're putting it on Disney Plus and then putting it in theaters. Like, that's pretty crazy, especially, like, right now we live in an era where convenience is a big thing. Of course, by putting it on Disney Plus, you're going to take revenue away from the box office. And apparently, like, that's where they make their money. I had no idea. I thought they got paid before they did a movie. But apparently, revenue also goes ahead and incorporates the actor. They get a proceed of whatever they get. But yeah, like, that's what happened. But I'm very excited to see what happens with this movie. And
I'm excited for it.
yeah, wow.
Ooh, that looks
Holy
good.
shit, get out of town.
This is a...
Hold up. Say it again. This.
This
That.
is a
Oh no.
that's gonna be so loud.
It's gonna be super loud.
chicken pesto pizza with a cauliflower crust.
It looks so fucking crazy, dude.
So good.
And you made it from scratch.
Yes, Eric helped me make it. I'll show some footage
That's
of it. 'Cause it was
impressive.
mad cringe. Ready peaks. So, this is your brain on drugs.
Oh no.
No,
Pesto
I don't
was
even
really
care. That
good.
is mad impressive.
It was super good.
Peter Piper can suck a dick.
Cheap ass little pizza cutter.
Dude.
I fucked up the cutting so bad. Oh my gosh! And
You
this
want
is
me
gonna
to
be.
do it?
This is gonna be. Yeah,
That's
fucking
good.
good.
That's
You're the
good.
Italian.
That's enough slices.
He cooked the meatball.
Oh no.
That's what that stands for. Here.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Is it
Talking.
even spitting? Oh
no.
no! The
Relax,
mushroom.
John Rambo.
They
Chill.
drew first blood.
They drew. Oh my god, that was perfect, Eric. The mad lash.
What if you try holding it
What if you
this
try
more
a
up?
knife instead?
I think that'd be better. Yeah. Was
No,
this
that
even
looks like it's
sharpened?
working.
Was this even
It's just
sharpened?
because this thing is, you're scraping all this.
Screaming the fuck out of my pizza pan thing.
That how it be. That how it be.
All right, well,
Sometimes they
Be
do
like
it,
that.
sometimes.
y'all aren't worth washing, so I brought y'all paper plates.
Hey, always do that for me. That's how we do it in our family. Paper plates. If we're fancy, we're feeling special, bring out the others.
All I ask is that we save 2 slices.
Get you. Oh, thank you, sir.
It wasn't. I was originally. My plan was always to make a pizza. However,
You're getting that one.
like I said, my plan was always to make a pizza. However, a coworker of mine, her name is Astrid, gave me the idea to make chicken pesto pizza, and I was like, well, I've never made one before. Let's try it out.
Can
It
fold like a
looks-
taco?
No, that's not how you eat pizza.
I mean, at least he's not using a fork and
Pizza
knife.
Drea laying down the pizza line.
No,
you like
No.
pineapple pizza?
No.
Good. Oh my god, thank god. She's a pizza
Pineapple.
aficionado.
More
Yeah.
for me.
You know, in Cyberpunk, it's a crime to put pineapple on your pizza. I was like, yeah,
Well,
shout out to
doesn't
Cyberpunk.
work.
Hold up, we all try at the same time.
Okay. I'm done.
We need paper towels too.
I don't know if y'all want some.
9/11.
He's offering us wine. I'll take a little bit.
I'll take a little bit too. Yeah,
Just be
why not?
fancy. I don't usually drink wine, but I'll try some.
Alan don't do wine. Alan don't do
He
wine.
did almost everything else except wine.
Fast rewind.
I don't do podcasts.
Alan do podcast. He don't do wine. No. Well, let's fast forward. I must have been freshman year. I must have been like
You
15.
mean rewind?
Yeah, like rewind. Like I'm going
I'll
back.
put the effect.
I'm going back. I was 14 or 15. I was a freshman in high school. I go to a party. I get obliterated on jungle juice and I get home. And back then I was living with my aunt. My dad and my aunt, they lived together. I don't care. If this gets out, I don't care.
I know you
What kind
didn't
of
care.
detail is that for you to focus on?
My dad was living with my aunt. We were living together. So when I went back home, I went to my aunt's house. Well, my aunt used to live in Italy because my uncle was stationed in Italy with like the military. So they were over there with them, and they had a huge wine collection. A huge wine collection.
Try it.
Yeah, they had a huge wine
Alex,
collection.
shut up. Try it.
We're supposed to try together.
I'm
He
sorry
took
about
your
that.
wine.
It's my first meal of the day.
It's my first meal of the day.
I cut it to pieces.
I don't want any. I don't want
Oh
any.
yeah, all
I
right.
don't do
Then
wine.
I get yours.
Because
No,
it's
share with me.
Italian aunt.
Oh. Okay, you're Italian now.
Had
No,
a-
you're
Not-
aunt
what the-
in Italy.
Damn,
Just
my
fucking try it.
God.
We'll pick up the story afterwards.
We'll retrace our steps.
So can I feel like Pavlov's dog over
I
here.
guess.
Woo, that's good.
Oh God, I'm a shit. This is so fucking good.
What?
So fucking delicious, man. I'm good as shit. That's what I said. Like, that's how fucking good it is.
Doesn't all food make you do that?
Like,
Certain
I'm gonna
food
shit
more.
myself while I'm eating because it's so fucking good. Let's stop using that analogy. The more I say it, just sounds like food poisoning.
That's why you go like, oh man, this comes.
Yeah, I should have just said that. This is fucking.
She just like,
This one blows low. It's like it's fucking good.
We're gonna pizza nut or a pizza makes you bust a nut.
pizza nut.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I want to make it very clear. This is really fucking good, dude. I fucking love it. It's amazing.
Good pizza.
Okay, come on con la pizza. Dile a tus friends.
Oh god. Thank you. That little cameo bot from my mother there.
Oh.
They're
Oh.
just freshly picked.
Thank
Ah,
you.
Freshly picked.
Serranos.
Yep.
Say it right. Say it again. Say it right.
Serrano.
Serrano.
Thank you.
That means we have to take a bite, huh?
I will. That's small.
No.
This is spicy enough.
No. And I have that stuff with my stomach if I do this.
So-
I'll feel it till next week.
Your mom planted it. She says they're just freshly picked
Yeah.
from her little garden.
My mom plants a lot of.
So
These
good.
look
So
pretty good.
You remember?
She's a good gardener.
We haven't bought.
Tried it. And
I don't
want
think
to.
we bought cilantro or like some of the basil because like she's not growing a lot. Some of the basil went into this. The rest was all store bought. But yeah, she likes to plant a lot of grow a lot of the food that we eat, like tomatoes and stuff. I think she's like showed you the tomatoes. Like, hey, look at my tomatoes.
And then it's a certain type of kind of a certain type of onion. It's a small onion.
Green onions. Shallots. Your crotch just lit up.
My crotch lit up. It's always lit up.
His phone. He's like sitting on his phone, and then it just lit up while I was looking this way, and I
I'm
was like,
scared to
I
bite
couldn't
it.
help of.
I'm not gonna touch it. I
Alrighty.
appreciate the gesture, but
I don't do
Don't
that.
I like-
do it, Eddie. I have to try it.
I like serranos more than I like jalapenos,
Wait,
but this
it's
is
not-
different.
It's
'cause
not a
this,
challenge, right?
No.
If it's a challenge, I have to do it.
Freaking kill, dude.
well, 'cause
This
it
is
was my mom.
homemade, or not homemade.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
that-
so fucking
No,
good.
the serrano. She planted it, so she didn't change or she didn't add anything. So it's probably gonna be super spicy, right? Or more mild? I wonder.
No, it's not crossbreeded. If that's what you're asking.
No, because scientists they add things, they make it special so it could be
The GMO.
I guess like so to keep kind of like keep the bugs away, to keep everything, but then
Like
to
Mons-
also
Like Monsanto.
to also affect the taste.
Well, my family
What
eats
sounds-
these weird,
Okay.
and you don't have to do this. Here's how they eat serranos. So grab whatever food they're eating. Like, I'm just gonna tear a piece of this. Can I go by it?
That was so crunchy.
How?
Can you see the inside?
Oh
Okay.
shit, that was a whole thing. That was a whole fucking Serrano.
Eddie's built different.
That's just how we eat them.
First meal of the day.
Martin Lawrence, Will
I
Smith,
had
Eddie.
2
Oh,
shots
bad
before
board.
this.
Hmm?
I'm sipping on a beer. Now, what kind of wine did you bring for us, Eddie?
Not a clue.
But
Ah, I like no clue.
Ah, that's my favorite. Ah, yes. What a clue.
year 2003.
Without a clue.
What
What
age?
year? 1997? That's my favorite.
What age? Not a clue.
The
I
back
like
of the
it.
berry, the sweet of the juice. I'm very tempted to buy this red one. This one's like, Ellie, put it in your mouth.
Foodies, Cabernet Sauvignon, probably something you can buy for like $6.
Question: how do you make cauliflower crust?
Well, we can answer that with the cringy video we made. The roll of the tape. I'm just kidding. I don't think we're gonna roll it.
Explain.
Dude, it's just
Well, we would have already rolled it by now, but
We chopped up the cauliflower.
there was a lot more season
Want
on
to
than usual.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like they probably the ones that they make, they farm like for to sell to stores. It's probably not as spicy.
This is the best thing anybody's ever made me. Like, as a friend, like, you made me a
Aw.
meal. Well, like, yeah, like, both of y'all did yourselves. Like, this is the best thing I've ever been given as a food from a person. Like that they've made. Like, that they've made. Like, hey, this is
You've never gone to, like, I don't know, a
this
restaurant?
is a meal I've given you. Like, you're my friend, Alan. I made this here. Like, this is the best meal I've ever seen somebody, like, well, I didn't see you make it, but it's like the best meal a friend has given me. Like,
Not
that
gonna
he's
lie,
made.
this is fucking delicious.
Yeah, bro, this meal blows loads. Like, it's fucking, it's the shit. It's the best. It's the best.
So, what you do with cauliflower, you break it up, you get like a big head of cauliflower.
Yeah.
Big head of color.
Ear, head.
It's a big head.
I'm a little,
Yeah.
It's a head on
that thing has so many, like, yeah. But you get like a big piece of cauliflower and you break it up. You put it all in a food processor, make it all like, I think it's called ricing it. Pretty much you bring it down to like a little, like kind of like you're holding rice. What I did after that, put it in the oven, 15 minutes to like warm it up and stuff. Then over a dish, I put a cheesecloth and then dumped all of the cauliflower in there and then wrapped the cheesecloth around it and squeezed it to get all the water out. And then make sure it's really, really dry. Once you do that, you put egg. We put egg, some Parmesan, what else? Salt, pepper, and oregano. And then mix it all together. Put in like a ball. No, not a ball. Like we just mix it all together and then put it onto this pan. And then we baked it for a good 20 minutes. And then it was ready. Use this crust. It's not how I normally like crust. I like crust like crunchy,
Yeah.
crispy on the bottom.
That was the first thing I noticed when I held this.
But it's
pizza.
like a whole, like, amount of flavor. Like,
I'm thinking it's the pesto.
Yeah, the pesto gives it flavor, and
Yeah.
like the veggies really go good on it. I don't usually like purple onion, and I like bell pepper, but not purple onion. But they all complemented the pizza very fucking well. That's pretty impressive.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You'll
imagine.
probably never watch this. But thank you, Astrid, for the idea.
This is shredded rotisserie chicken as well.
Hmm I just bought the chicken.
You bought it already pre-made?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have had time to bake a whole chicken.
Well, they also sell like the shredded rotisserie chicken, but you just got the whole.
I just got the whole thing and shredded it.
I had more juice.
We both took a leg and we ate it because we haven't eaten anything.
Yeah, we hadn't eaten anything when they got home. And then he was like, yeah, I'm starving. I'm like, you know what, me too. So we just took a drumstick.
It's shredded. They won't know.
I mean, like I prefer like breast meat anyway, so
Dark
Well,
meat
that's
or
what
light
most of
meat?
this is.
like
I like dark meat. Dark meat's like really tasty too.
I like light meat.
I thought I heard something outside.
Same.
I looked and I got scared because I saw people and it was our reflections.
It's your dad. He's moving stuff out there.
He probably is. That's. I guess I can reveal what this situation is. I have my little house here. My bedroom's behind this kitchen, or this curtain. My living room's behind this curtain. This is my studio.
I sleep on the couch.
He squats here.
I'm like a squatter. I like bunk on the couch.
Yeah, every once in a while he squats here.
I like rotate with everybody. Don't tell people how I live. Well, I guess I just did for you guys.
Till the old internet.
And my parents live in their house over there. So
They're cool. They're good neighbors.
yeah, they're nice neighbors to have.
Better than his other neighbors.
They sell hats though. They sell cowboy hats.
Which you shouldn't have bought in the first place.
I just I'm an enabler. What? I was having a good
So
time.
she just knew that you didn't
She knew.
You weren't
She's,
here.
Every 5 seconds, a sucker is born.
that's why she knows a sucker when she sees one.
Wow,
She knew you were
Pussy.
from here.
I was just trying to have a good time.
Then just say no.
I know, but I still
It's the whole
have.
point of your fucking shirt.
I know, I gotta live by what I wear. I love this shirt, guys. If you haven't noticed, I'm always wearing it.
I always hated that shit.
I love my community.
I always
I mean,
hated the.
I'm
shit
not
that-
about it, but I want my community to be better.
Schools are so stupid.
It just doesn't start with me, you know.
when it comes to like drugs and stuff, schools are so stupid. How they always let schools and the whole dare thing was always some like creepy guy like
You want to
Some-
open up that genie bottle?
real
Alright.
shady shit like ooh.
You guys want a funny story then about dare and everything, the way they are? Okay, we had a dare program at ID. I remember it was like probably
Oh, boy.
freshman year. They bring over FAR PD, and the FAR PD is talking about how bad drugs are. And he's like, yeah, I'm a detective. And I remember one time I was at the Hollywood Video. And if you don't know what Hollywood Video is, just like,
It's not here anymore.
Happy
it's not
birthday.
here anymore. But imagine like Blockbuster's ugly little sister.
That's even further back.
But people know Blockbuster. It's just it was a regional thing. It was only here in the Valley.
Imagine Netflix but in person.
I like that. Netflix put in person. So he was like, I was at Blockbuster, and there was a kid there, and he was on pills, and he was just standing there, and he just stood there for an hour, staring into nothing with a smile on his face. And I'm as a kid, like just hearing that from a cop, he's like, damn, what's he on? Like, what's up with that?
What's
up?
wrong with that? He's just minding his own business, standing
like,
there.
How good is that stuff? Like that it's got you like that. And he was just the worst at explaining it. He's like, hey, look, and this is real pills, and he showed us pictures of what real Xanax looks like. He's like, this guy's just teaching us how not to get ripped off now. He's just like, this and that, this is what you do.
So you get this.
He's like, this is a joint of weed. Here, pass it around, kids. Look at it. That way you know what it is.
All he needs to do is some dickhead kid just pass it around. I don't even smoke weed.
just
While
playing
you're like,
vodka.
yeah.
There was one time I remember they passed around a marijuana plant, but like a little one, and everybody, and the cop passed it around, and then
Was it hemp?
like somebody was like, dude, that's super shitty weed. Like somebody was like, like that. The cop was like, pass it back, it's over. Nobody's gonna do it anymore. Pass the plant back now. Like, oh my god, it was so stupid, dude. It was like super dumb. But yeah, like. And it's just like, I feel like in the act of telling you not to do drugs somewhere, like there's rebellious kids there like, man, fuck it.
Well,
now
they
do
also
it."
have it completely the wrong way. Like a kid, like they always like dramatize. You can have another slice if you want.
Can I?
I just need 2 slices left. If anything, split one.
I want to split one, yeah. If Eric can go ahead, because he's the pizza master. He's like, babbity boopy, bibbity babbity babbity bub.
That's the first thing Eric said to me when I met him.
That's the first thing he said to you.
Yeah, we had algebra class together. in
And then he's
freshman
like,
year.
don't act like I know you.
One of my earliest memories of Eric was he came over. I would always be playing my video
Story
games.
time.
And Eric came over with, it was Melly, his sister, and what happened was
R.I.P.
he came over and I was playing Twisted Metal. Yeah, I was playing Twisted Metal like
game was
3.
good.
And Eric came over, and Eric would always like just sit down next to me, and we would just talk about the game, or he'd play too. Like, yeah, I don't even know what I was getting at. But yeah, that's one of my first memories about Eric. That's what it was. Full circle, full circle.
Anyway, back to what I was
Full circle
saying
with
before we
Albert.
get too far off.
I'm over here.
Schools and like the cops that always go to school always have a kid's first encounter with drugs completely wrong. They always say it's gonna be some creepy dude that's gonna be like, yo kid, you want some drugs? I got all the good shit here, blah blah blah, and you just gotta say no. That's not how it's gonna go. You're gonna be at a party or just a little hangout with your buds, kind of like how we're doing now. And we're just gonna be chilling, and then all of a sudden, you know, somebody that, like, all these people that you're with, these people that you really trust, that you know, well, at least, like, I guess to them, you think you know, one of them's gonna pull out a little plastic baggie of something, whether it be weed, coke, pasas, like, who knows what it is. They're gonna pull out a little plastic baggie, whatever, and they're gonna offer you some. And now, the kid's conditioned to think, oh, it's going to be some bad guy that wants me to do something bad or that wants to hurt me. That's why he's offering me this shit. But Here, it's somebody I trust, somebody that wouldn't want to hurt me, but he's still offering me this stuff, so I can trust him. Boom, he's gonna do drugs, unless, like me, I just wasn't interested, so I just didn't do it. Well, I have smoked weed before, but it's not my thing. But that's like they're gonna think, oh, I can trust this person, so I'm gonna do it. You just completely like lost that kid that you were trying to teach. Like that's like to me, that's always been like one of the first things they did wrong was tell kids that this is how you're gonna run into drugs for the first time, when in reality, it's gonna come from a friend of yours. Well, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna come from a friend of yours. Sure, maybe. Because it has happened to me. Like we were I was walking down the streets of Austin, and some guy comes like, "Hey, you want some?" I'm like, "Holy shit! It's just like the movies."
It's true.
You want to buy a sundial?
Where's that from?
Hercules.
Oh.
But
Okay.
But nah, like these people had it so fucking wrong. I'm pretty sure because of them, they taught so many kids how to actually do these fucking drugs
We'd find them.
and find them.
Stay away from the bad neighborhoods. That's where the drugs are at. Like, oh, that's where
Yeah, the fucking businessmen that makes
It's
millions
like
of
stay
dollars
away
and bougie shit.
from like fucking Nebraska Road, south. Over there by the over there in the neighborhood by the high school. Over there by Port. Stay away from Pony Park.
Stay away from Cesar Chavez. You already know that.
Holy
fucking-
shit. Cause shaking nose. And you get on the bus. You get on the 8th Street bus, and if you take it down to downtown, you know, you find Marcos. If you tell Marcos, you're like, "Where's some good shit?" He'll give you like, "Marcos, where's that down,
Just
Marcos?"
don't do it.
Just don't do it. Ain't worth it. It's easy. He's like, it's easy.
It's easy. Just don't do it.
But don't do it.
Oh man, that shit just. I just kind of look forward to Red Ribbon Week because like, which was our drug thing here in Texas. I don't know if anybody else has anything different, but Red Ribbon Week, it was like a whole week dedicated to no drugs.
And
Say no to
Kike
drugs.
Camarena too.
Who's that?
Damn. So Kike Camarena was an FBI agent that went undercover, infiltrating. I believe was the.
They made a series off.
The Medellin.
No, they were affiliated, but I believe it was the Sinaloa.
Sinaloa's, yeah.
The Sinaloan cartel, and then so there used to be a guy that would run it along. There was Felix Gallardo, and there was Rafael Quintero. Felix Gallardo started the Mexican cocaine trade, while Felix Gallardo started the cocaine trade, and then Rafael Quintero ran the weed trade.
Where's Marco Antonio Solis coming to this?
His music pretty much profiles all this. No, but aside from that, what ended up happening was Enrique Camarena was in deep. He was an
I was
informant.
gonna say Enrique Iglesias. What?
And then Rafael Quintero kind of killed him just to like kind of make a message to the DEA, like this is what happens when you have snitches within us. The only thing was this was the first major profile death of an undercover agent. It made headlines. It was a story. It's like the late 80s. Like nobody had really ever died in the name of the DEA aside from like Escobar, you know, beforehand. But yeah, when Kike Camarena died, it changed everything and let us know that, like, you know, what the cartels were capable of, but not only that, how big the drug trade was and how far they were willing to go to protect it. So Kike Camarena's death, and kind of in itself, they decided kind of to make him a martyr in regards to, like, he died, and this is why we do this. And they decided they were going to let him die in vain, so they made Red Ribbon Week.
Well, he died in vain because they never taught a shit about this dude.
The war on drugs is a joke. Like, it's a joke, dude. Like, drug seizures, like, most of the drug seizures at the Mexican border, they're set up. They let them catch those cartel members. They let them catch them. Because for everything they stop, there's 20 more smuggles that make it through. Like, it's a multi-million-dollar business.
Let's have them catch our small little trade over here, so that we are big shit over here in the
We were
background.
just, while we're making the pizza, we're watching Narcos. And
Yeah, we were watching Narcos while making the pizza.
Yeah, Narcos definitely.
It's an interesting piece of history that no one really covers.
And it was so close here. It was like we're right along the border, like stuff like this. There's so many major players like that have been around here. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but El Barbi was from Roma. Like a lot of cartel stuff, kind of like goes hand in hand where we're from, and it's very interesting, like that story. And I've always admired that about like the Enrique Camarena story, how they always incorporated it into the reason why. Yeah, I mean, it's
Pretty much if you live down here, you're related to somebody in this
Yeah.
shit.
You know, like, yeah, that story, like, I remember growing up, like, they would always talk about it. They would always talk about it, yeah. And, like, so it's real crazy. But, yeah, Red Ribbon Week, I mean, I think a lot of those programs, like, they just fail.
Do you want it? Does anybody want this piece?
Stuffed, bro. This was so good.
I liked it because it was an easy week.
Right? You get to go play outside.
Yeah, you gotta go, like, just fuck around. Teachers, like, cut you some slack.
That's all I knew.
I always thought it was funny being a substitute teacher and having to go through Red Ribbon Week and telling these kids, I wouldn't tell them anything because, I mean, I want to be, what's that word? Is you say something but you're not.
A hypocrite?
Yeah, hypocrite. Like, I'm pretty good about that. Like, I'm not going to tell kids don't do drugs. Because, I mean,
We just smoke weed.
I smoke
just,
weed.
Twist the words a bit. Listen to your peer.
So, yeah. I
There.
I watch what I say.
I mean,
I'm not good. I don't want to say something that I don't truly listen or believe.
Mhm. As somebody, like, who comes from a background of, like, I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I think I've done every drug under the sun. Like, I'm definitely glad that there are programs like that exist to, I mean, at least educate people on the very basics of what drugs are. Because somebody's got to tell some people that some of them are just dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody has to, at the very least, these kids, yeah, maybe they don't pick up, oh, stop, don't smoke weed from the message. But definitely, like, I mean, yeah, when I was in high school and they talked to us, I'd be like, well, I mean, weed's not bad. But yeah, fuck meth and fuck coke.
So who wants to get pumped full of ketamine?
Yeah, like all, like it's good. It's good that they like. As
On today's episode.
maybe half the message.
yours.
Yeah, like maybe half the message gets missed, but half of the message is received. Like
Yeah.
most kids, like
Like-
they'll be like, "Hey, you want to smoke meth?" They
Well,
say,
there's some
fuck
dumb
meth.
fucking kids.
Oh yeah, that but
Survival of the fittest.
I grew up with some of them.
Yeah, natural selection. But
Yeah.
in your case, Alan, not a lot of people make it out from what your situation was from.
And it was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
And now you're on a podcast.
Oh,
And I got a stable job.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
No,
You
real
made
talk.
it.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy, and like it never is, especially like.
And seriously, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
see what
does
I've
it.
seen of
Shit.
him, yeah.
Numerous times, yeah. I could have sworn I wasn't making it to the next.
So your
level.
what do you got? Your angel is like the Matrix.
Yeah.
He's believing.
He's starting to believe.
the drugs are like, he's the one. He's the one. The drugs are like, he's the one. He's the one they talked about. The one that don't get high no more. It's like, what is he? But no, yeah, like it's crazy. Like, yeah, half the message is missed, but half the message is received, and I feel like the way the nation's going, pot isn't gonna be a big deal anymore. As
Which
long
is
as-
good. Like I don't, like I've said, I'm not a big fan of pot. Like I don't, I've smoked weed, I've tried it. I'm not a big fan. I didn't like what it did to me. That's not like it did. It make it sound like I did something bad, but no, I just didn't like the feeling. That's it. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It really
But-
isn't, yeah.
I also don't believe. Well, in general, I don't believe in removing people's rights to do what they want.
Mhm.
To a reasonable extent.
Yeah.
You know, like something like weed. Why? It's sure if you're gonna be working out, it's gonna hurt your gains. That's about it.
Just like that runner from the Olympics. What's her name?
She carry.
Yeah. She we got
Yeah,
tested.
Shakira.
And there's a
She carry.
Michael Phelps would smoke weed too, but he would smoke after like all the Olympic bullshit, so he wouldn't get caught. Like, yeah, he was
I
a
feel
smart
sorry for
stoner.
Michael Phelps, not because of the weed stuff, but after some girl was like, they asked her if she would like date Michael Phelps or something, and she was like, ew, no. And his mom was like, you shouldn't be saying that about my son. Oh no, I felt so fucking bad. Like,
That's so
dude,
cringe.
People have their opinions.
people have their opinions, but you're like,
You're not everyone's
You're-
type. Grow up.
everyone's like, it had to be his fucking mom.
Yeah, it's funny.
His fucking mom of all people is like, yes, my
My
son.
mom thinks I'm
My
cute.
mom thinks I'm cool. Oh god.
There's this guy at work. He looks like a total mama's boy.
Well, how do you look like a mama's boy? You gotta ask. Because I'll admit, I'm a bit of a mama's boy.
Like, you look like your mama told you you're handsome all the time. But like, you dress all spiffy and shit. Like, I don't know. I'm a dick. I don't try to be
like a
dick.
Sheldon Cooper.
But yeah, like that. Like Sheldon, all scrawny, has a little face. Like, he's like.
I'm gonna get this out of
And,
here.
okay, I might be like reaching because like.
Because I don't have any.
He's the
mom
kid. He's the only like. So I did the whole training course, and they will to be certified for what I do. They test you, and you have to it's a test. You get scored. Well, he's the only other person. I was second in my class, and he was first. So he scored higher than me.
Oh, so you're upset.
Yeah.
They butt heads.
Yeah, and he's like he sits next to me and we're at work, and he knows his shit, and I get jealous because like I know my shit too. But I'm also like the easygoing slacker kind. Like I know
He's
everything.
the Fonz in the whole workplace.
Hey, he's just like a.
Plays the music.
I think he's a brown nose. He does everything right. He's always up there. But I know just as much as him. But anyways, like he got a haircut. And like I was telling my friend, like his mom told him he was handsome this morning, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up." I sound like an asshole. I promise you, I'm not.
You always do.
I am a fucking asshole. Give me enough
Well, so
time.
am I, so.
Give me enough time to talk, and I'll show you how much of an asshole I can be.
Well, I'm an asshole in just the part that I'm sarcastic. So everyone will say something, I'll be like, me, opposing opinion, quote unquote.
That's what I do sometimes. I'm just a contrarian. Like
I'm real contrarian, yeah. Well, not actually contrarian. I'm more just like I like to play devil's advocate especially if it's gonna give me a laugh.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I like to roast people. So.
This was a mistake.
Do you want to trade?
You don't like it?
Just drink your Jesus juice.
What flavor is it?
Raspberry peace tea. I prefer anarchy. 0% juice.
What's the opposite of
Well, it's
raspberry?
tea. Well, it's
tea.
It's tea.
You.
It's not a juice. Tea is like water boiled with tea leaves.
I also don't want this wine either, so you can have
I
it.
appreciate the wine, but it has an aftertaste of yogurt, and I don't like that.
Yogurt.
Yeah. I guess it's because of the pizza. Kind of mixed. It tasted like yogurt.
This guy's like
So, since we
Yeah.
just ate pizza,
this guy drinking wine like it's his first communion over here.
I used to be I used to be all over the church.
Drunk.
Youth minister.
I used to be a drunk.
I used to be a bit of a drunk.
I'm there. Right
Well, actually, it's not that I got, like, it never actually became a problem.
Oh, that's good.
But there was a period of time where I did drink pretty heavily. These two were, like, there for the entirety of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It was when I worked in
Water
Corpus,
for
right, for like
store,
6
yeah.
months, right? Every time I'd come back, like, we'd like, drink.
Shit faced.
Yeah, okay, we'd get shit-faced. Well, I'd get shit-faced.
You would.
He'd be tanked.
Yeah, I flipped my couch once.
It's not even here anymore.
It's
Rip.
just-
Are you a meme? Like you flip the couch.
I did flip the couch. I fell over, like, well, because I'd
You
always,
sat
like,
too hard or something?
well, I'd always, like,
How
jump
do you
over it, remember? I'd always, like, jump from behind
How
it.
do
into
you
the-
sit too hard is in fact the question I would like the answer to.
Because he just like fell on it.
Dude, I sit.
Well, it's because normally I
sit.
would jump from behind it onto it. Like, because it was, the back of it was pretty much here. And then I'd jump over,
You over here.
and then just sit down, like,
Jumping
like,
off the
it's fine.
turnbuckle to your couch.
Yeah, because it was facing that way, because,
The TV.
ta-da! Here's the, well,
That's a door.
part of my couch,
It's the
whatever.
second room.
That's my room. That's
It's
where
Alan's room.
That's where Alan sleeps. That's his
But, oh, behind the curtain. But it would face that way, because that's where I had the TV. Now I have it over here, which I've been facing the TV instead of the camera. But I would jump over the couch from behind it and just sit on it. But I guess this time I didn't clear it and just landed on top of the bit. And if you guys
I have a
want,
picture of it. I'll send it to you. You can pull it up.
Right.
If you're not ashamed.
no, I'm definitely ashamed.
But he.
They've
will.
taken so many videos of me when I was drunk. I haven't seen a single one of them.
The wallet slap. That got me.
That's a wallet slap.
Wallet slap?
Wallets.
What's this?
Slap.
When you do a party foul, they slap you with a wallet.
Oh yeah,
And you got
that's
hit like
like
3
I learned.
times.
I learned that from my friend, or my friend Noe's friend Miguel. I don't know if they're still friends, but that's how I knew him. And I went to a party of his, and that's where I learned that, like, oh, if you drop your drink, everybody, first person to take out their wallet, slaps the person with a drink that dropped their drink. And it happened to me.
Yeah, 3 times.
Damn.
I only got one of them, but yeah.
You would, motherfucker. You'd be like, that was my chance.
He was,
I
he was
got
waiting
to. I was like,
all
this,
night.
Oh, this is a
That's the
recurring.
cameraman.
Oh
Just
man.
doing all the party fouls.
I think. Oh well, I should ask, because I was about to ask this, and then I don't know how we got here. But pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
We already talked about this a little bit now.
Yes, you said yes.
Yes. I love pineapple.
Get
Can I
out.
call him a terrorist? Can we not do that this week?
There's a
Oh,
turd.
everyone's a terrorist now.
Well, I mean,
Softly used word.
For me, it depends what's on the pizza. When it's like a normal pizza, and you put like pepperoni, like pineapple on it. Would I like it on there? No. Will I eat it? Yeah. But I think it's
know-
that bad. Not really.
I know why people like it. I just don't like it. I don't think it's right. It's sacrilegious.
Well, I mean, that's because Italy isn't like
I don't
Spain.
even know you.
That's because Italy isn't like Spain when it comes
You
to
don't.
their
You don't.
their food, like their traditional food. Because there's this YouTube channel I watch called Assorted Food, and they're probably one of my favorite like food YouTube channels. Like,
Oh my
Why you
god.
yawn so
I was
loud?
looking over here at the camera, and I sure. I look over here, and you look like a.
It would have been cool
Dorito.
if nobody said anything, but thanks, guys.
It's dude. Who are
Who are we?
who would we be if we didn't call you out on every little thing you did?
Ain't that the truth?
Trim your nails. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't think of anything.
I'm a hand model part-time, so... I mean,
No, you're fine.
I
maybe
cut them
he's
all
not
except my
okay.
pinky.
You okay, Alan?
Huh?
You okay?
No, I did cut.
Cut them all
I
except
don't
my
know.
pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know what that's for.
My boogers, you fuckhead. Damn.
Oh,
putting
we're
on
still in the
spot.
5th grade. I didn't know.
Anyway, the reason I say like, because Italy isn't like Spain when it comes, as far as I know, as far as they are with how like strict they are with how people use their food. Because like with Sorted Food, they're a group of guys. They used to be 2 like professional chefs, like they actually went to culinary school and everything, and 3 normals is what they call themselves. Pretty much 3 guys that are just foodies, but they don't have any like actual training.
I remember this. We saw it together once.
Yeah, one of the guys left by now, but one of the things that happens, like the normals like to have like a challenge where they try to make whatever dish, and then they give it to the chefs for them to like taste it and like judge it and whatever. Somebody made, one of the guys, his name was Jamie, he made a paella, which is like a rice-based dish from Spain, but he decided he was going to make a burrito using that. He's like, it's called a paella burrito. So, and they're British guys. So, like, so what I did was I did the fucking and they released the video, and Spain fucking had a field day with him.
Really?
Dude, it was bad. Let me look it up, cause you know what? I'll show
Dingleberry pie.
Sorted Food. Spaniards outrage after a chef. He's not an actual chef. Yeah, this guy's name is Jamie. He creates paella burrito, and they fucking hated it. This guy was like getting death threats and shit. The clip shared on YouTube has been viewed more than 150,000 times. Mr. Spafford has found himself on like the target of online trolls after his dish was criticized by the Spanish. They fucking hated it.
Fucking flip, Mike.
Because it's just not supposed to be in a burrito.
He claims he has received threats of violence, including being warned of an axe attack, and has been reported to the police over his
You
recipe.
see, guns aren't the problem. It's an
Facts.
axe attack. I'd be more terrified if it was
Yeah, I'd be more terrified of an axe attack, to be honest. Are irked by the use of the word, as they claim the recipe has no bearing to the authentic meal, which is a national dish of Spain. I'm pretty sure pizza isn't that. I think pizza isn't even Italian.
No, it's not.
It's an American invention, right?
I think it was well.
Well, it's not.
From
Italian,
what I
although-
understand, it's something the Romans made, and back then it wasn't exactly pizza. It was just it was the tomatoes diced with like basil on a flatbread, and then it evolved. It went on from there, but it was something the Romans would eat. It wasn't something like necessary. Yes, technically, yeah. Now they're the Italians, but back then they weren't, and they're two vastly different cultures.
Well, I like pineapple on pizza because pineapple is a natural antidepressant, and I welcome any dish with
So you're
pineapple on
cheating.
it.
Not only that, but
Just
like
eat pineapple by itself.
I hear like
I
pineapple.
could
pineapple-
with pineapple.
Pineapple
Pizza.
and mango make like your loads taste better. So there's that.
So, you know
So
this from experience, Alan?
No, I unfortunately no, I do not eat things with the other party in mind.
what?
That
You-
made no sense.
You can eat.
Oh, I don't eat these
pineapple.
with the other party in mind. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but like no, yeah. You could eat pineapple and supposedly like it brings out flavor. And, you know.
Yeah.
Loads. But I don't know. I've heard it. That's what he
Here's-
said.
That's why I eat.
Fact or cap?
That's why.
Alan's gonna cheat.
You know what?
Stop the cap.
You know what?
Cap right now.
Let's check the podcast.
I've tasted
let's
things with
answer
my-
it on the podcast.
I've tasted.
I'm clicking every fucking icon I have without actually clicking
It's a
on
lot
Google.
of wine.
I've tasted everything with my balls. I've done this for you guys.
All right, let's see. Does pineapple eat you? What? Hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh, because it's supposed to.
Pineapple is the only known source in nature of enzyme bromelain. Bromelain actually digests protein, so when you eat pineapple, it's essentially eating you back.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Once you swallow the pineapple, the acids in your stomach destroy the enzymes.
That's what it's. I heard how some people say like their tongue always feels weird.
Oh, yeah,
from
okay.
eating it.
Does
Because of
pineapple eat you back? Helpful information. Belong on pizza.
That's the real question.
Make you poop.
Make.
Your.
Make you gas. That's all the suggestion.
Make
Who
your.
typed that in there like that? Make your badge smell like it would have to be some girl who's going through it.
Semen.
Nobody's,
The Navy has taken over.
Nobody's looked up. Nobody's looked it up. They just know. They just know.
Is pineapple make your semen taste like pineapple? No. This is
All right,
better.
just say better.
Better, yeah.
Well, I don't know what it fucking tastes like, so I'm not gonna be like, no, let's compare.
You don't know what it tastes like. Thanks for the super unnecessary. I'm glad we were able to clarify that.
Fruits such as pineapples and melons and cinnamon are known not only sweeten semen but also make it smell better. Load up on these as you load up on yours. Okay.
Load up on
like
these
it.
for your load.
I like it.
Follow your load. Follow your load.
Shut the fuck up,
Follow your
man.
load, Batman.
Follow your load, Batman. Riddle me this, Batman.
This has instantly become the most vulgar podcast we've had so far.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
the wine.
You're the only one drinking the wine, man.
Well,
Jesus juice.
okay, I'm it's not very good wine.
It's not.
It's just juicy juice, guys. It's
What?
just grape juicy juice.
Because I like wine. I don't like this.
It's like,
Whatever.
It's
That's
like
awful
cooking
gesture,
wine.
Yeah, well, my dad bought it. I guess he just like, wanted to try something new.
That's cool.
Because he's never bought this one before. Because he made the steaks earlier, and obviously, you know, when you make a steak, like what pairs good with it but a red wine? I don't think this one does.
Yeah.
Cause I guess he bought it because
It's not
it was
that
like,
wine.
oh,
I mean,
there's a cow on here. It means it's gonna go good with red meat, right? But
I do the same thing with beers. I try different beers whenever I get the chance. And this past week, I tried Heineken. Didn't care for it.
yeah,
Didn't
not
like
that
Heineken's like
either.
drinking a skunk.
That's what it tastes like. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like it's like dank beer. Like, that's what it
I don't
tastes
like Heineken either.
Yeah, it's like drinking a sweatshop. Like, it's just-
But then again, I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't exactly tasted that many beers, which is why, like, when I was in Houston, I went to apply for a job when I was still in the refineries, and I had like 3 days to kill. Like normally he was like, "Oh, I have a couple hours to kill." I had 3 days to kill, and so I just explored the city, and eventually ended up at this one place, like the Ginger Man, something like that. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up.
The Ginger Man. It sounds like a horror movie.
Something like that.
Candyman.
But basically,
It's like Carrot Top. It's just- That's funny.
if that's not what it's
people know
called,
what
I'll have to
Carrot
look
Top
it
is?
I
up.
hope so.
I guess
don't wanna
like
be that old.
Ooh, excuse me, but if I can't find it, I'll just hopefully I can find it like while I'm editing, and I'll just put it like up here or whatever.
Uh-oh.
But
Oh,
it was
Not yet.
I should have gone to Monster too.
it was a beer bar or pub, whatever, I don't know, and that had like 100 beers, like 100 more than 100 beers
a
on tap.
brewery, right?
It was a brewery.
Okay.
They didn't make their own beers. But I remember going, I entered the bar and I was like, it was like really chill. Like, which is why I've always preferred bars to clubs, because I'm not a club guy. I like to just relax.
Same.
But,
Same.
I love clubs.
and it was cool. Like, you could bring in your own vinyls and like put it on the thing and they'll play it for you. But, I asked them, they asked me, like, they're like, what would you like, Pilsner, IPA? I was like, honestly, I have no idea. I still really don't. And I felt like super stupid because there was like some girl next to me that was like, I was like, damn, she's like crazy hot. And she was like, yeah, I'll have a Pilsner or whatever. She ordered something really specific. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck that is. So like the bartender comes to me and
I'll
she's
have the
like,
same. What's your name, gorgeous?
I too will
Toots.
have the Pleisner. The Pleisner, you say it wrong.
the I piss in.
This is what I drink. I'm an adult. Like, I drink this all the time.
So the bartender comes to me and she's like, what would you like? I'm like, honestly, I don't really know. I don't know like what. I don't know shit about beers. Pretty much all the ones you see at Walmart and H-E-B, those are the only ones I know. And she was like, okay, what's something you wanted to try? I'm like, I guess I've always wanted to try like a dark beer. And she brought me this really dark beer. She gave me 3 beers throughout the whole time I was there, and they were all like this tall. And I didn't get drunk, but I was like, ooh, by the time I left. The first one she brought was really dark. It tasted delicious. It tasted like caramel. The second one was like an amber sort of color, like reddish. And that one was really good too. And then the last one she brought me was like a blonde ale, I think is what she called it, which was my favorite. But that one, I took a sip and I was like, okay, I have to go to the restroom. I go, I come back, take another 2 sips. I have to go to the restroom again.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit. I don't know if it was that, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that one, but pretty much like, I went to the restroom like 5 times as I went
For that one.
down the drink.
Damn.
I'm like, did the others take that long to kick in, or is this one just immediately like, you know? I was just like, what's happening? Then my dad calls me because he was in Houston as well, but he was working at a job in Houston. I was just applying for another one, and like I think it was in like Wisconsin or something. No, that one was the one in Orange, Texas. Okay, but he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I'm out of work. You want to go to a restaurant or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Give me a minute, because I was like, okay. I can't drive right now, especially not in downtown Houston, where the traffic is awful. It's fucking awful. Like, I love Houston. It's where I'm from. It's where I was born. The city sucks. The city fucking sucks.
It's the worst. Yeah, that place in Dallas was like the worst to drive through when I came down last time to Texas. I remember. I mean, it's nothing even in regards to that, but what happened was when I went through Houston, there was the George Floyd like protests and stuff like that, so they had everything boarded up and all the gasoline stations were packed. Like I feel like that's why like the whole thing was like a bad experience for me. And then the only gasoline station that had no cars was the one next to the police station.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's the one I went to, and like there was nobody there. And that's, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just go to that one. I mean, I get it, but yeah, no cars there. So I stopped there, and then after that we left, and it was a pain in the ass getting out of the city too. Houston and Dallas are always the worst towns to try to get in and out of.
Isn't it so sick that someone made a George Floyd mural and lightning struck it?
Damn, really?
That's insane.
That's crazy.
When did this happen?
You can look it up. I don't know where it's from.
Yeah,
Yeah, but don't
It's
show it
crazy.
to the people.
Hasn't it been like a year?
Oh, okay, don't show it to
It's
the
been a year
people.
since that happened. That's crazy.
Yeah. George Floyd.
Oh, there it is.
Statue struck by lightning.
No, that's
No,
I don't want to watch a video on it.
I want to read.
That's insane.
Jeez.
Like, in the middle. Yep.
That's crazy. Here, I'll put
And
it
who
up.
do you
I'll put
blame
it up.
for that?
Why
Who
not?
do you blame for that?
Government.
Because the government does make their own clouds.
Oh yeah.
Do they control lightning too?
Yeah, HARP. We had HARP based out of like Costa Rica for a bit, which was like they would shoot plasma into the clouds, and they were able to like create like rain and stuff like that. Look it up. It's called HAARP. HARP.
H-A.
I can't fucking type.
That's the project.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's a
HAARP.
Yeah, it was actually declassified during the Obama administration. It was actually a big project they had been working on. Essentially, what it does, they shoot plasma into the sky, and they're able to go ahead and create, simulated weather. It's pretty interesting.
All I could think of when you said that was AARDVARK. If anybody recognizes that, gets that reference.
But yeah, even like
I
I
like
think
you.
in Saudi Arabia, they've been using drones, like in Dubai. And what they do is like they do the same thing in the clouds, and they're able to create rain.
Well, don't they actually have like artificial
Everything is drones though.
clouds?
Yeah, but
Yeah, here we go. They're making clouds.
artificial clouds, but not like it's actual weather though. Clouds are clouds, but I'm talking about weather. Like they can actually create like weather.
I'm at a loss of words, which is not a good thing for a podcast. This wine send me a little harder than I thought it would.
You drink that last one fast.
This wine is.
This wine.
I'm H.G. Wells.
But you were talking about Houston and how you were too drunk to drive in downtown to go to your dad's.
Oh no, that's not that very interesting. I just waited.
Cool.
I mean,
I can't wait for like the movie
adaptation. Okay, well,
the movie adaptation.
I
of every
waited,
story.
but I was like, well, I can't just stay here because
I
I'm
waited.
pretty. This is gonna take a while to sober up. So I went for a walk, and this was before they like sent all the homeless people from Houston to Corpus.
I have a funny story about homeless people in Houston.
You need to speak louder.
Oh, like I have a funny story about like homeless people in Houston. I
We,
remember-
what we need is better microphones. Anyway.
What ended up happening was like, yeah, I ended up getting at the bus station for Houston and had like 2 hours between like my bus rides. So I decided I'd walk around the town at night, and then like there was like a homeless person just sitting like on a bench or like laying down on the bench. And I thought they said something to me. It's like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Like, you better get the fuck away from me. I'm trying to sleep, motherfucker. Like, oh shit, I've been wrong.
Oh, remember when you and I were filming for the documentary in San Antonio?
Yeah.
And we ran into that dude that was
he
screaming
picked
into
he picked a fight with the, what do you call that?
with the scooter.
The scooter. What was it, Lime? The app?
I think it was. It's one of those scooters that like you pay like put some money in the kiosk and then you get to like ride it around.
Yeah.
And it was like, what was it saying? It's like do not like please return or we will call the police or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And he
It's
was
like,
like,
do what I want. Tries to pick it up and throw it in the river and just.
he just fucking throws it into the street, just like, I'll do what I want. You don't tell me what to say. And we're just like, oh god. And David, our producer, was like, hey, fucking leave that shit alone. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. And he's like, okay. So we just walked on. We're like, yeah, let's just leave this guy. And David, I think David was telling us, like, yeah, he's like here every weekend. Like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's like, he's gone.
Psycho.
He's a fucking psycho. That's one thing I miss about San Antonio, though. Working at, I used to work at a place called The Worm, which is no longer there. It was like right underneath the Marriott. Actually, we would park in front of the Marriott. Like, I put in my car, like the doors to the Marriott right here. I'd park like right there, like where like normally their employees would park. I got to put my truck there, and we go down. You go to the Worm and do all that stuff. The amount of people, like, it's not as many as you'd think, but I guess people there know to stay away from it, but the Riverwalk, like, the few times that somebody does fall in there, it's fucking hysterical. Like, it's awesome. They're like, yes!
It's so
yes,
dirty
it's a good
under there.
day! Oh yeah, it's fucking green.
Yeah, it's all nasty, algae infested.
It's disgusting.
But there's a lot of cool stuff down there. I saw a guy go like diving there once on a YouTube video. He pulled out like a bunch of cool stuff. The amount of phones in there, by the way, is ridiculous.
Well, it's because, like, tourists are fucking stupid.
Why does that seem like that would happen to me? I'm surprised it hasn't. But yeah.
We need to go
Make me drop a phone in the
Yeah.
Riverwalk for likes.
for likes, for clout.
Put a
Yeah.
towel on it so you can track it where it's going.
We should go to the Riverwalk. I've been wanting to go to San Antonio with friends. Like, again, like to have a good time and stuff like that. Like, do more stuff because, like, yeah, we were there just for a little bit.
I could introduce you to David.
That'd be cool.
Like,
Like, we could all do something. Cause yeah, like last time we were there, like it was like way too short. Like you want to do everything.
He's a great guy. Like, I think you guys. He talks a lot, but like he always said, like,
We're
what
used to
everything's.
I was about to say, you guys sound shy to the idea of somebody running their mouth next to you.
Trust me, Andrea. No, you're not.
I wasn't ready.
You're not ready. You are not ready. But at least everything he says is relevant. Everything he says, as long as he can go on forever, because this guy is a true. Like, remember I told you before you met him, this guy is like he has that salesman talk. Sorry,
He's a promoter.
He's a
He's
promoter,
gonna talk that way.
and he's gonna
And
stick.
he's damn good at
he's
it.
somehow gonna stick to the subject the whole fucking time. Like, it baffled my mind the first time when I first met him. But that's exactly what he is like, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll talk forever,
I was like,
but
why
it's
are you-
all relevant.
Yeah, I was like, why are you waiting for him to like make a script? I'm just recording while he's talking.
Yeah.
Like, this is gold. Do this.
Yeah, you could just point a camera at him, and then you got your commentary.
Nice.
Like, but because well, that's his job. He went to school. He went to the Culinary Institute of America and got his degree as a chef. But what he likes to do, he's a DJ, and he's a fucking good one. Like, I've seen him like pack like hole in the wall sort of fucking like clubs, like little bars, and what he does, and DJs don't normally have to do this. It's just like go in, play their music, and get out. But he like promotes, like he'll make flyers and shit, and then while he's like DJing, he'll be like, "Yeah, what's up? This is DJ Caliente. That's his name. There's a DJ named DJ Caliente," and so if you catch him in San Antonio, tip him because he's awesome. He's a very good friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. But he'll like remember to tip your bartenders. Like, hey, we got they got this
Yeah,
meal
he
here.
doesn't just promote
this food here.
himself. He promotes the people around him and the actual place he's at.
Which is, that's why I love the guy, man. Like he never just looks out for himself. Like he's always promoting the people around him. Like if you say you're an up and coming DJ, like he'll listen to your stuff and be like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. Like, hey, listen to Alan. Like, go to Alan's thing, DJ Alan, whatever the fuck you want to be, and like he's gonna be blown. Yeah, he'll hype you up.
That's pretty cool.
Like, and then through him, while recording like the documentary, we met like so many fucking badass people. I'll put up some footage of stuff like here. Like there's this one dude. I can't remember his name, but he's just an MC. Somebody else is on the DJ, like on the turntables, and somebody else, and like he is going around on mic. And it's like, yeah, let's fucking party. It's like shout out to this person. You remember? It was at the 4th Bar and Grill. That one, like we went to like through like 4 or 5 different bars that night, and that one, ironically enough, was like the 4th bar that we went to, the 4th Bar and Grill, and that one was a fucking riot. It was like people just like, yeah, just fucking. It looked like.
And I think it was the most cramped too.
It looked like every commercial that you see of people partying.
Like a club, yeah.
You know what? I might even have like a video of it here somewhere.
Could we show that? Or
I can show a little bit of it. Because it's only a snippet. I haven't, like this part isn't like official yet.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's play it safe. Just in case like this would be a breach of some
I
sort
just
of
don't want to be
contract.
doxxed. Yeah.
Yeah, this. You don't want this to be a breach of some sort of contract. But, like, nah, man, like, San Antonio, I don't like it as a place to live. But as a place to visit, it's got its perks. Like, it's somewhat, like, I had a fucking riot. And I already know, like, because from the 6th to the 11th, well, actually, no, not those dates. But pretty soon, I'm going to be staying a full week in San Antonio with him. And I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time I'm not, because I'm not gonna get a lot of sleep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like as
we
much
didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, as fun as that like life, that Miami lifestyle, that entertainment lifestyle is, you don't sleep. Sleep is not a thing you do. You just gotta keep on that grind. As soon as I got last time I went, as soon as I got back, I'm editing. I'm editing the footage that I found. Which fucking sucks. I don't think I told you, Eric, actually, but some of it corrupted. I lost some of the footage.
We're gonna delete this part where I smack the crap out of Eddie.
I don't know what happened to it. I just can't. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then when I did, it just like was a jumbled digital mess. I was so upset. However, it's stuff that could be easily reshot because
We're gonna have a lot more
and it's nothing. It's
over there, anyways.
yeah. I mean, originally this was supposed to be my our last like shoot there, but Alan's gonna help me write the script for it. Be due to developments, things might be pushed back a little longer, a little further back, which is good for us as a whole because
Yeah, you want to portray the right, accurate,
yeah, that and
message.
our mission, our goal for this documentary, the message that we want to get across, hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because every documentary has like its message. What does it want to say?
What is
What's the story here? Yeah, because they all have a story, beginning, middle, and end. It has a protagonist and whatever. We haven't hit the denouement yet, which could we release the documentary without it? Yeah. I mean, look at Super Size Me. As bullshit as that documentary was, it became super huge. But, and I say it's bullshit because they faked a lot of information. And 2, you eat nothing but McDonald's for a month and you're surprised you got fat? Like, come on, dude.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
It never caught
You
my
only
eye.
you only watch it if you're like us, where you're trying to make a documentary. If you want to watch a fun one, or fun ones, I recommend Netflix's and Hulu's takes on the Fire Festival.
Oh, I've heard a lot of good things about
Oh,
both
we
of
gotta
them.
watch that one on our next.
The one we watched the movie.
Yeah, because last one was what, Battlefield.
We watched Battleship, which I'm still editing. I've been super busy, but
That was a good one, and this will be icing on the cake. It's really good.
yeah. Well, yeah, we've had so many fucking ideas. Like we've had this. We've already started the podcast, obviously, and which is the show we originally wanted to start. But now we want to make more shows.
He's lost.
He's lost in the sauce. There you go.
I'm not in the sauce. I wish.
I like how you went through there when there's an opening, like right here.
The lost
Anyway.
John Travolta.
Anyway, we have this show already. We recorded the three of us because Alan wasn't there. Playing a game called Gang Beasts, which I'm still editing, but these guys seem like
Gang Beast.
Yeah.
Gang
pretty
Beasts.
fun.
Gang Beast.
Which it doesn't sound like a lot, but it takes a while to edit stuff. Eric knows the process.
yeah.
Because
Been
he's
doing
got
it
his
for
own
years,
vlog
yeah.
channel, which I still need to put like into the description of every video. Like check out Eric's channel, but that one should be coming out pretty soon because it's such a hilarious video. I'm like so far like the editing that I have done to it. I'm like so happy. Even then, like it's not my editing that's making me laugh. It's just how we were.
Trimming a video is different. Actually putting stuff into it is another thing.
Yeah, like just cutting out dead air. That's like a good press C, click, press V, click in the middle, delete, drag it. Boom, you're good. That's cut. That's like trimming. But then you have to add when you have to add stuff. You have to like, find the tools or find whatever media that you want to import to the video, whether it be a photo or if you want to add text to it, or if you want to, cut from this part to this part and bring it out, and then you're gonna like zoom into this part and have it track whatever, that takes a while. But
Add sound effects and
add sound effects.
make sure the audio's matching with the video.
Yeah, and then I still have to get a subscription to like to be able to license music, because there's so many songs that like even to this episode of the podcast I want to have an outro where that way like I'll see you next week blah, and then the music starts playing, or the music's already playing, I'll say see you next week, and then the drop hits. Nothing like hardcore because we're not like a super action-packed video. It's just us morons talking.
Action-packed episode of With the Grain of Salt.
Yeah, as you introduced this show as, which is retarded.
Pistol whipping and over here selling
We
it.
could,
But
we could get another camera out there, like, and we're just
it's
like a news channel.
it's kind of crazy how much goes into like stuff like this, and like we have the idea for more shows like the vlogs. I was like looking over the videos just to like make sure everything's good, and I was like, man, I look like shit. I was like,
It's like,
luckily I am
like
losing
crap.
weight. Nothing visual yet, but
Like the episode where I was stoned, it looked terrible.
aren't you wearing the exact same thing, like jacket and all?
I think so.
Probably.
All right, we need to buy you some more Dare shirts.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, well,
And where
Let's
can you
see.
find all these Dare merch? At their Dare website.
yeah, Dare actually still has. Let's see.
DareCatalog.com.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
D-
cheap too.
Dare merch. There you go. T-shirts. What? Which one would you like, Alan?
That one.
This one?
That
The one you're already wearing.
Where's the same one?
Nah, I like that one. The one that's like trying to appeal to inner city kids.
Yeah, fucking. You see this at the
I
side
can
of a
almost-
fucking train car.
I can almost hear the hip hop beats with that shirt.
These okay.
The baseball one's not that bad.
I'm not gonna lie. These I
That
kinda
red
like
one
these,
too,
like-
right there. That
This one?
Yeah, like can you see that one?
I kind of like the way some of
I
these
like that
look.
one. That one, the
It's
classic.
$4.
That was the classic.
It's on sale!
All right, Alan. Here you go.
Oh,
Buy it for you.
Hey, yo, but what sizes do they only have?
You only have 3 sizes?
Small and
extra large
extra
will
large.
fit you.
What else?
It's like either it
Yeah,
fits me
yeah.
or it fits me small or it fits me absurdly huge. Like what the fuck?
It's like in Drake and Josh. Is this for me or a sports utility vehicle? Fuck me. They're $4 though. Hey. Well, the sale ones. Look at this one. $3.
It's cool camo.
Cool.
The
That's
shipping
right.
costs more than the shirt.
Man, the senior citizens operating this website must be killing it right now.
dare
Oh, those
resist,
boys, they'll buy that shirt.
resist
Jimmy.
drugs and violence. Wait.
Violence.
In Canada.
Dare to resist drugs and violence.
Man, if I lived in Canada, I'd do a lot of drugs too. Hey.
A. Okay. Dare to resist B. Bullying.
Bullying.
Just stick to drugs there. It just let's try to fight one social crisis at a time there.
Trying to fight it all.
Yeah.
Stops. Never mind. I was
It's
gonna say
so
stop slavery, and I was like, wait, that ended a long time ago. Well,
Here.
Yeah, I was
Here.
like, tread lightly.
Get my tea.
Tread
Okay,
lightly.
Andrea had an interesting segment that I really want to weigh in on. Go ahead, Andrea.
Okay, last podcast I started it.
it's time for.
I was gonna introduce it again. Am I the asshole?
Yeah!
There we go.
It's where I find.
Cue the thing now.
I lost my train of thought. If I go through the Reddit thread, am I the asshole? And I look for a good am I the asshole question, and then I'll read it on here on the podcast, and I'll get everyone's take on it.
Oh, this pizza got this table fucking dirty.
All right, this one is a little long. There's a couple names in here, but they say it with the initial. So let's try to remember the initials. So it's, am I the asshole for telling my sister she isn't a real mother because she had a C-section?
Holy shit!
Like, that's already a title
Wow.
right there.
I can answer for you
Okay.
right now.
Well, we don't know. It's just a title.
Really, it's some crazy ass gatekeeping, dude.
Yeah, some gatekeeping shit like that. Anyway,
So,
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
my wife, 27 female, and I, 27 male, were living with my sister, 30 female. We'll call her A. So the sister is A. And her boyfriend. My
B.
sis...
Drew.
He doesn't get an initial. He doesn't count. He's not important.
Drew.
important.
It's alright.
My sister lived in the basement with her boyfriend and their newborn child right below the kitchen, dining room, and living room. My wife and I have been trying to get pregnant for a little more than a year at this point, but are having a lot of fertility issues. But I have an 8-year-old son from a previous relationship who my wife has helped raise since he was 2. On this day, my wife, my other sister, we'll call her C, and I took
Section.
Christina.
We'll call her C, and I took my son and my nephews to a pumpkin patch. I told C that she could bring her sons over to our house after to carve pumpkins. We got home about 7 p.m. and I tell A that we are going to be carving pumpkins in the dining room. She immediately gets upset and asks, well, how long is that going to take? Because she's living in the basement with her newborn child. So I told her, I don't know, we have 3 young children and like 5 pumpkins total, but I couldn't imagine it taking more than an hour and a half. She isn't thrilled with this answer, but leaves it there. About an hour in, so it's like 8, it was 7, now it's 8. A comes up the stairs and is pissed. She's saying things like, this is ridiculous, I can hear every time a chair moves at the table and we are trying to go to sleep. My wife tries to be sympathetic and she says, I'm sorry, I understand you have a newborn down there, but we told you we would be doing this. And my sister barks at her that she wouldn't understand because she's not a real mother. She's only a stepmother. Knowing that she's raised his child since he was 2 years old. I could see the pain in my wife's face as this is a very sensitive subject for her, as she's having infertility issues. So I stood between my wife and A and said, well, I guess you're not a real mother since you had a C-section. A stab I knew would hurt because she had expressed to my mother and my other sisters that she felt like she wasn't a real mother because she had to have a C-section.
Nice.
But they had been reassuring her that she was a real mother and natural or C-section didn't make her any less or more of a mother. For the record, we were done at 8:30 and I told her. But honestly, am I the asshole here? And then, hold up, he clarifies a couple things. She was made aware of the possibility of all of us coming back to carve pumpkins that morning when we invited her to come with us. And there were 2 other unoccupied rooms in the house she could have stayed in. She chose the basement knowing that sound traveled through the floor.
Okay, that right there sets it for me.
Why should I have to restrict my activity to a 7 p.m. cutoff because she made that decision? And then he goes on to say, like, he doesn't believe that if you have a C-section, you're not a real mother. He was upset. And
that right there said it for me. Like, first, like, she shouldn't have chosen the basement after she was warned that sound travels. Mm-hmm. And then to complain about it after the fact, she was warned about it.
So
pick another room.
So not the asshole, the guy.
Well, should he have said that? No.
Or is
because
everyone the asshole?
Everyone's an asshole here, but I think, but for different reasons.
If she wanted to avoid this, she should have just had a natural birth. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
At this point, I would have showed her my carving of the pumpkin where I showed like a little fetus that I carved into it. No.
But no, definitely that's pretty messed up, especially because like that's a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. Personally, like I know somebody who goes through that, like they've been trying forever and they just can't have kids. And I know how that's something pretty fucked up.
Okay, she's a real cunt for saying you're not a real mom because you're a stepmom.
Yeah, she's raised this little boy since he was 2, so she's taking the role as mother.
It's like what I've always what I was taught as a kid is like you may not be the father, but you can still be the dad. You know, it's just because the kid's not yours. Like if you're the one there for them and you're the one teaching them everything that they need to that they should be learning from their father, from their dad, that makes you the dad. You know, so like for her to be like, oh, you're not a real mom.
Yeah, if you're gonna say things like that, you gotta be there to play. You know, they're gonna say.
Yeah, they're gonna. If somebody snaps back, he's like, "Oh well, your kid wasn't born; he was removed like a fucking tumor." Like,
oh my god!
Like, come on, like, you want to play ball? Let's fucking play ball.
Bounce, yeah.
So fuck that chick.
Yeah, it gives you the option of, am I the asshole or not the asshole or everyone's
I'm saying that as a joke.
Usually,
a C-section is still you're still mom. You're still a real mom, okay?
Or no one's the asshole. So you had said
everyone's an asshole.
Everybody's an asshole.
Everybody's an asshole. Yeah, people will say stuff to piss you off, and good for him for coming up to his girl's aid, like for defending her. That's still a fucked up thing to say. Mm-hmm. You know.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I'm going to say no because he wasn't the aggressor.
So then he's not the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'd say that C is.
Yeah, everybody's an asshole.
He's only defending. He's not.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't just come up there and he just said, "You're not a real mother.
You're not a real mom.
Go downstairs, not a real mother, and brush your teeth."
Go downstairs.
He didn't like open the door periodically. Hey, by the way, you're not a real mom. Like, fuck.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
No, but the reason I say that he still shouldn't have said that is because people can piss you off, but this is a good example. Like when you say shit out of anger, you say some fucked up shit. Like shit you really shouldn't say. Like I'm pretty sure he never would have well in this case he specifically said it to her, because like he said he clarified there. He remembered her talking about it to like the mom, like her mom or whatever, the sister, and saying like how she was like, oh, I don't actually feel like a real mom. And then like he only said that to her. He only said that, like, sure, it was in defense of his wife, but it's pretty fucking harsh, you know. Like if anything, you could just be like, hey, she's still a real mom because if anything,
especially if she's trying, you know.
Yeah. She's trying. Like obviously they want their own kids. Like she wants to have a kid with this guy. They've been trying and it's just not been working. So yeah. It's still like as much as it's fucked up for him to say that. This chick sounds like a real cunt. Like She was warned. Okay, sound travels to the basement. It's gonna be loud. You're gonna hear everything. And she's still like, well, I still want to be in the basement.
Yeah.
That's like being like, well, I won't. Like, oh, are you okay with sleeping in the car? It's gonna be hot without the motor on and the AC on and the windows rolled up. Like, oh, that's okay. I can handle it. Hey, it's fucking hot in here.
Yeah,
Blah, blah,
the
blah.
whole
Like,
fact that there was like 2 other rooms to be used.
oh,
yeah.
guess what? It's hot in the pits of hell. Like,
Yeah.
no shit. Like,
I
this
totally
chick,
get that.
everyone's the asshole, but more so her.
Yeah.
I was reading through the comments right now, and there was a lot of everyone's the asshole, but I think maybe slightly more you're the asshole. And I mean, I could go into further detail, and I can go into all these profiles and see like, oh, okay, like let's see, maybe we can learn more about this. Not saying that I would think most of them are females saying that you're the asshole, but I don't know. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, what you said wasn't cool, but, wait, I lost it. What your sister said was shitty, but you're a massive asshole for your reply. She was pregnant, she had a kid, and it doesn't matter where the kid came out.
Perry.
And it's like, you're the asshole massively. But, I mean, I feel like...
It's a matter of everyone is who was the asshole first.
Yeah.
Who shot first?
Yeah.
Who shot you?
Yeah, everyone's the asshole, I agree.
Everybody an asshole.
It's kind of like this podcast.
Just be nice. I don't know.
Well, I mean, would I respond to
Ain't nobody
something?
nice to
Okay,
me.
yeah, I'd probably respond. Like I say he's an
Who's
asshole,
got
but
a
I'd probably respond. They say
7:30
weird.
curfew?
A baby.
Baby,
What?
you're a fucking dad.
Not my baby.
I was about to say, like, or if he stays up till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
They go to bed when they
Different
want.
Stupid chair. No, I'm small. But ow! I just kicked the table. But
Kick the table.
I mean, I say he's an asshole for saying what he said, but I've said my fair share of like snapbacks that I really shouldn't have said. Mainly all from like Call of Duty.
Maybe
Like-
some that crossed over the line.
Oh, I crossed some fucking lines.
Who am I kidding?
Like shit, I'd have to look back with binoculars and see the line. Like I still remember this one kid. This is probably the worst thing I ever said. We were playing. It was Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if you were in the lobby, but some kid was like, I don't know. He said something and I replied with, "Oh, your mom, blah blah blah." That's what kids fucking do. And he's like, "Well, my mom's dead." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'd off myself too if I had a kid like you." And I was, at the time, I was like, yeah, I fucking got it. But I look back now and I'm like, I'm gonna burn in hell from now on. Like, ew. Like, part of me's still proud of it though.
I remember I was playing. You guys remember when like Warzone would do Warzone Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be allowed so like you could actually talk to people. There was this one guy who was being a jerk, and then like I think it was his mom. She just came up like when he was on the headset, like, "Hey, can I bum a cigarette off of you for $1?" She says it like that, and then so he was being a douche before that. So like I just started mocking his mom. The whole time I kept saying like, "Hey, can I buy a cigarette from you for $1?" And then like I just kept doing that over and over again until the guy left the fucking. Like we were playing. I think we played like 2 games. He was still there because he's like, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" And I just kept saying,
He was
it
like,
again
do you
and
got
again.
any cigarettes for $1?
Yeah, you got a cigarette for $1? Yeah, I'll do anything for a cigarette. I was like just mocking him, dude. Yeah, I have my fun.
I kind of miss it. It's a little too tame now.
Yes, I know.
Everyone, yes and no?
I'd rather keep to myself.
Yes!
I like to
Agree.
sharpen my skills.
Sure,
I think the
but...
most toxic internet community I play with video games is probably the Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto community.
Oh, well, that's the whole point of it.
I know, right?
Just to be a
I'd
dickhead.
be surprised if they were actually good people and nice about things, but Rockstar creates some very nasty people.
The one thing I find funny is that, and I have no problem with
With
the
Max
community.
Payne
No, I have no problem with the community, like Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare has, like you can put like pride flags, like of various kinds, like of like oh gay, lesbian, trans, and you can put that as your banner.
It's all the same flag.
But like personally, I have no problem with them. But there's
Keep going.
it's not all the same flag. There's plenty.
They'll
So
have their
many.
own flags?
Yeah,
Yes.
like the trans one is like light blue and pink and
Oh.
stuff like that. But and though they should be able to do like represent themselves or whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, this is the Call of Duty like community. Why would you put a target on your back like this?
Yeah, I was about to say
'Cause
the first thing they call you is...
There's some
yeah.
fucking racist, sexist, homophobic, like it's bad. It's awful. And I'm like I said, like should they be able to represent themselves? Like if they like want to put a pride flag on them, by all means, go ahead. Should you though? It's like cause you're putting a target on your back pretty hard.
Some people know it, and they're prepared for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. It's just like
Of all the games, you know what's so surprising? Rockstar never does anything for Pride or anything like that.
the Ballad of Gay Tony. No, that's not the worst fucking example.
It's pretty cool. That I actually really
Which is like
that
the
DLC.
best fucking DLC
It's
they've
the
ever
best
made.
DLC of Part 4. Yeah, Gay Tony's probably like one of the greatest characters in the game. But yeah, they never for a game that takes place in California in the San Francisco area, like they never do anything for Pride. Like they've never done anything in the past 8 years of GTA Online. It's pretty weird, especially again because it's in California. Like I would assume they would at least do something once or twice.
I don't know. It's not really my place to say. It's just like that. That's something I thought of like this week. Like, does anybody actually want to put these manners on them? But whatever. Like you said, some people are prepared for it. They're like, man, they'll take it with pride.
Yeah, most of them already been used to that ridicule. You know.
Yeah, who cares? If anything,
It's not a bad thing.
if anything, the greater
they got thicker skin
population,
about it.
the rest of the population will have their backs anyway. So, a reasonable population at least. But. Well, if anything, it looks like it's about time to end this episode for this week. We didn't even say the fucking Great Assault thing.
It's because he introed it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucked up the intro.
You already know how it is. Whatever we say, we're
They
not
wanted me
gonna-
to do it.
Just take what we say with
A grain of salt. Andreas.
I'm not-
Way to make it weird.
That's my thing. I'm not touching that. I'm not.
Why
touching
not?
It's
What's
like
wrong with
dirty
you?
rock.
One of y'all licked it. He
I licked
keeps
that one.
rubbing the tip. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Oh, how many tips have you rubbed?
Just the tip. That's all I rubbed.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
It's a feel-good rock.
We'll see you guys next week.
Also like to add a moment of silence for the past week
For the 12 troops.
12 troops
Oh,
that died.
all right. Let's go ahead and give that. And of course, on that note, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Good night and take care.
I don't even want to get it.